before this story begins, I want you to prepare yourself. Tonight will not just be scary, tonight will be wrong. This is a story about a city that disappeared, but never really left. A story about a man who lived there for more than 20 years in complete solitude. And the most terrifying part is not what he saw. The most terrifying part is the moment he finally realized he was never alone. If you're watching this at night in complete silence, you might want to turn on the light, because after this video, you will never look at an empty room the same way again. Welcome to the shadows. I am the Midnight Shadow, and tonight, I'm going to tell you a story that will be very hard to forget. Listen carefully.
I don't know what time it is right now. Time doesn't flow normally here. Sometimes the clock stops, sometimes it jumps ahead. But I know one thing for sure, I'm alone here. This whole city is empty. The houses are still standing, the cars are parked, everything in the stores is in its place, as if people had just stepped out for a minute and never came back. I tried to leave. For the first few years, constantly, I walked along the highway for hours, for days, but every time I ended up back at the entrance to the city. I didn't turn around, I didn't lose my way, I just found myself back at the entrance to the city. It's as if the world outside simply doesn't exist. I wasn't always alone. I remember people, vaguely, like a dream. Laughter in the streets, voices, lights in the windows at night, and then silence. One morning I went outside, and there was no one there. Not a single person, no bodies, no blood, no traces, just emptiness. At first I thought evacuation, then that I had gone mad. And then I found the date, 1999, in all the calendars, in all the newspapers, in all the documents. They all stopped on the same day. I am not getting older. It didn't occur to me right away. At first I thought it was just my imagination, but the years went by, and I didn't change. Not at all. I'd find a mirror, I'd look at myself. The same person, the same age, the same clothes. Sometimes my clothes change. I'm not kidding. I wake up, and I'm wearing a different jacket, or things appear in the house that weren't there before. Once I found food on the table, fresh, warm. I didn't cook it. I tried to explain it. I tried to find some logic in it, but there's no logic here. There's only one rule. It's better not to go out at night, because at night the city isn't so empty. The first time I heard it was after I don't know how long. I was sitting in my apartment. I didn't turn on the lights. The electricity was acting up, and suddenly the phone rang, the landline. I didn't even realize right away what it was. That sound, it wasn't supposed to exist. I walked over slowly. The phone was ringing again and again. I picked up the receiver, silence, and then breathing heavy, too close. I said, "Hello," and heard myself. "Don't go out at night." The line went dead. After that, everything got worse. I started hearing footsteps. At first, far away, then closer. Sometimes right outside the door. But when you open it, no one's there. Once I saw a light in the house across the street on the second floor. It turned on by itself. I watched for a long time, about 10 minutes, maybe longer, and then a silhouette appeared in the window, a person. He stood there and looked at me. I froze, and he waved, slowly, unnaturally, too smooth. I didn't wave back. I remembered the rule. I don't know where it came from, but I remembered if someone waves at you, don't wave back. The light went out. The silhouette vanished. The next day I went there. The house was empty. Dust, silence, no traces. But there was a photograph on the table. I picked it up and froze. It was me in the picture, standing by, and he looked out the window. I don't remember being there. After that, I started looking for answers. The archives, the old administration building. There were a lot of documents there. Dusty, old, and almost all of them had the same date, 1999. I found a report. Part of the text was damaged, but I read the main points. Incident number 47, spread, evacuation impossible, subject remains inside. The subject, 1. Further down it said, object number 7 demonstrates the ability to recreate the environment. The simulation of life continues. I didn't understand right away. I didn't even want to understand. But then I found a camera, an old video camera, and a tape inside. I turned it on. The recording showed a city, people, real people. They were running, screaming, panic. And then I saw myself. I was standing in the middle of the street, calm and watching everyone. And when someone approached me, he vanished, just vanished, as if they'd erased him. I turned off the recording. My hands were shaking. I didn't want to believe it, but at night, someone knocked on the door. I froze. The knock was quiet, steady, as if someone knew exactly that I was there. I didn't open it for a long time, a very long time. But then a voice. Open up. It was me. I walked to the door slowly. My heart was pounding as if it were about to burst. I opened it and I saw myself. He looked the same, exactly, but the smile, it was wrong, too wide, too empty. He said, "You held on for a long time." I couldn't speak. He took a step forward. "You don't understand, do you?" I stepped back. "It's all you." Silence. The city, the people, everything. I shook my head. "No." He smiled wider. "You didn't survive." Pause. "You stayed." And at that moment, everything started to break. The walls shook. The light began to flicker. And I heard voices. Hundreds, thousands. They were everywhere. "Bring us back. Stop. Please." I fell to my knees. I covered my ears, but the voice was inside me. He leaned toward me and whispered, "As long as you're here, they won't leave." I looked at him. "You have to let go." And then I understood. I'm not stuck here. I'm holding this place. I'm the reason. He held out his hand to me. "It's time." I don't know what happened next, but sometime, very rarely, I hear the city again, and I feel that someone now lives there, alone.
And if you've listened all the way to this moment, now think, what if such places really exist? Not somewhere far away, but closer than you think. Empty houses, abandoned streets, cities where no one is there. Are you sure that there's really no one there? And one more question. If you were in his place, would you have been able to leave? Or would you have stayed there forever? Thank you for listening to this story with me. If it made you feel uneasy, leave a like and write in the comments, would you have stayed or would you have tried to leave? In the next video, I'll tell you another story that perhaps you shouldn't listen to alone. Subscribe to The Midnight Shadow and turn on notifications, because sometimes The scariest thing isn't the silence. It's realizing that the silence has been listening to you all along. Good night, if you still can.